Hello, welcome to a very special presentation. This is TJ Dinzer, Senior News Editor for Shacknews.com, and I'm proud to bring to you the Shacknews E4 2025 Indie Showcase. This is a collection of over 20 indie games from developers and publishers around the world, featuring numerous genres in a way that we feel will have a little something for everyone. Whether these games are known or debuting for the first time, everything here has a little something new to show to you today. And to help you along, we've set up a special Steam page that contains all of these games to help you with wishlisting and future library planning. Without further ado, we'll let these indie games take the stage. Please enjoy the Shacknews E4 2025 Indie Showcase.
Bin gespannt. 20 Stück, also würde ich sagen, sind wir bei ungefähr einer Stunde ungefähr. Haben wir pro Spiel 3 Minuten. Ja, sollte machbar sein. Dann haben wir auf jeden Fall Zeit für, theoretisch gesehen sogar 2 Demos. Ein paar Sachen habe ich schon gesehen, kennen wir schon, auch von gestern. Überlegen, ob ich die nicht, ob ich die VODs nicht alle 2 Tage, nicht 2 pro Tag hochlade. Heute ist 1 rausgekommen, morgen noch ein weiteres. Heute nehme ich 2 auf und danach geht's halt richtig los, ne? Freitag 1, 2. 2 geht noch.
When it comes to the afterlife, we're probably still going to need things like community zoners, planners, and city management to look after things, whether it's up at the pearly gates or down below. Interestingly enough, this game looks at the latter. The Hell, city builder of the dead, comes to us from Metro Police, where you'll take over as the newly elected governor of Hell. You'll take in the damned citizenry, give them shelter, look after their needs, and, try to keep them from getting eaten by demons, if you can.
The Hell, City Builder of the Dead. Okay, das klingt irgendwie cool. Boah. Ja, okay. Es klingt cool, ist halt aber... Also die Idee ist wirklich sehr nice. Das können wir, glaube ich, so festhalten. Ist halt aber Städtebausimulation, ich komme damit nicht zurecht. Weil irgendetwas fehlt halt immer. Nur klar, das ist halt normal. Aber während ich mich auf eine Sache konzentriere, gehen 3 Sachen schief. Und dann bin ich überfordert. Oh, 4 verschiedene Biome. Ja, das ist schon cool. You only live twice. Okay, der Name ist cool. Early Access Halloween.
What if you could take building block creations, automate that process a little bit, add some conveyor belts and machinery, and then mass produce them? That's what you'll be doing in Block Factory from Shiro Unlimited and Overpowered Team. This is an automated management programming sim in which you'll take different components of your creations, put them together with conveyor belts and machinery, and eventually create a system which will produce them. You can play along freely, make your own things, or you can try any of the game's numerous challenges.
Ja, das haben wir schon gesehen. Also da verstehe ich irgendwie das Prinzip nicht. Okay, ja, Sachen werden da zusammengebaut, okay. Ja. Das ist schon mal cool, dass sie das zeigen. Du, sieht besser aus als bei Lego.
Get ready for a psychedelic, funkadelic journey like nothing you've ever seen. Pariah
Yes.
Interactive brings us a gravity-bending 3D platformer in 1000 Deaths, where you play as a color TV running through surreal, mind-bending worlds, and your choices dictate the levels, gameplay, and story.
Okay.
I got a feeling I've been here before. You got decisions there behind that door.
Wasn't this?
So where will you go? Do you know? Do you know where you go? Where will you
Ah.
do you know? Do you know where you go? I gotta make
Einen wunderschönen guten Abend, Conny.
complete this mission. See me on TV, the perfect vision. It's more like this room we sit in.
Okay, das macht mir irgendwie Kopfschmerzen. Für das Spiel musst du doch wissen, wo du hin. Also. Tausend Death, das glaube ich aber auch. Dein letztes VOD angefangen und schon die letzten 10 sind davon interessant. Vom
This
Indie.
indie game from Permanent Way Game Company and Blowfish Studios takes us back to an ancient
warte
and
mal.
fantastical Middle East. Inspired
Einfach
by the Arabian Nights
Geschmack zu
folktales
bekommen, wie
and
viele,
Blood Rain. We'll play
wie das
as
bei
the
mir aussah
legendary
gestern.
warrior Mayron in an open-world hack-and-slash adventure on a journey to save and protect his daughter.
Don't be scared, my friend. Follow me. We ride to freedom.
Welcome to the world of Blood of Mayron, an indie hack and slash game that promises an emotional journey with themes of revenge, justice, and loss. Our game is set in the fictional city of Aura, a city based on ancient Middle Eastern cultures. It's a character in its own right. It has adobe buildings, it has towering columns, and intricate murals. We have really tried to create a city that pulsates with life and rich history.
Also wenn die NPCs nur rumstehen. Wenn die NPCs nur rumstehen.
Mayron, our complex hero. He seeks justice after losing his family to cruel villains. His journey is one you will connect with deeply. Their daughter, Hania, the light of his life, adds urgency and a layer of desperation to his mission. Though she's not physically present, her love drives him forward. Mayron faces formidable foes along the way. Ashath is a cunning rogue whose deception threatens our hero's mission. The king embodies corrupt authority with an insatiable thirst for power that leads to heinous acts against the innocent. You will also encounter other heroes and villains with their own motives, each adding character and depth to the overarching plot of the game.
Und was macht das jetzt so anders im Vergleich zu anderen Spielen?
Blood of Mayron offers dynamic gameplay that combines intense combat with incredible set pieces. Players can wield various weapons, from the balanced shamshir to the fast dual swords. Each choice affects Mayron's combat style and is better suited for different enemies and scenarios. The game encourages strategic thinking through mechanics like perfect parries and several stealth sections, which means that no two encounters feel the same. As mentioned earlier, Mayron gets to wield different weapons throughout his quest. The Shamshir is a flexible weapon that offers a balance of acceptable offense and defense. It's a good choice for standard enemies and encounters. The dual swords are fast and agile. They present an aggressive combat style and deadly combos, although they may leave you open to stronger enemy attacks if not used timely.
Wäre schlau gewesen, vielleicht Passagen zu nehmen, so wie hier, die ein bisschen heller sind.
Oriented choice that allows for powerful counterattacks. The sharp dynamic between Blood of Mayron's core combat mechanics is one of the most nuanced aspects of the game. Achieving a perfect parry through careful timing triggers slow motion, which allows you to unleash powerful counterattacks. Chaining combos opens up the enemies to brutal special attacks that are as deadly as they are eye-catching and visually satisfying. You can also use the environment to hide from enemies or avoid projectiles. Speaking of hiding, there are stealth sections scattered throughout the levels that change the pace and the rhythm of the game. You can perform takedowns during these sections or choose not to engage with the enemies at all. As players progress, they gain experience points to unlock powerful new moves and techniques from Mehran through skill trees. They can upgrade both their weapons and abilities as they progress further through this harsh world. Blood of Mehran follows a linear narrative, but that doesn't mean there's no exploration, as there are diverse rewards like strong armors hidden beyond every nook and cranny. Blood of Mehran is as much about the characters and their personal demons as it is about engagement and tense combat. Diverse set pieces and combat scenarios alongside an emotional story result in a unique and unforgettable experience that will stay with the players long after the credits have finished rolling. Blood of Mehran launches on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC via Steam and Epic Games Store. Will you join Mehran on his quest for justice?
Vielen Dank für deinen Lurk und viel Spaß.
Twitchy roguelike reflexes, hordes of enemies, and cutesy sticker art come together in this game from Ogre Pixel. Castlebound is a roguelike adventure in which you play as one of several heroes in a solo or co-op journey as you guide a moving castle through a fantasy realm. Can you survive long enough to defeat the malevolent evil that's threatening the land?
Also das Spiel eben gerade ist so... Es hatte halt nichts dabei, von dem ich sagen würde, ja, das hat mich jetzt überzeugt, ich muss jetzt dieses Spiel holen. Das haben wir auch schon gestern gesehen. Ich glaube, das wird noch sehr, sehr häufig passieren, dass wir halt Sachen doppelt und dreifach sehen werden. Sehr, sehr häufig. Ich weiß nicht, also zu zweit kann ich mir das cool vorstellen. Zu viert, ich glaube, irgendwann ist der Bildschirm zu voll. Castle bauen. Ja.
What if your past actions could help you solve current challenges? That's the case in Causal Loop from Mirebound Interactive and Head Up Games. Causal Loop is a sci-fi puzzle solver in which you record instances of yourself doing different actions to create sequences that break otherwise impossible puzzles, allowing you to move forward to even greater challenges. Check it out.
Hello everyone, I'm Kai, creative director of Causal Loop, and I want to show you what makes our game tick. At its core, Causal Loop is a first-person puzzle game about outsmarting reality itself.
Was?
You'll use echoes, recordings of your past actions, to solve intricate, time-bending challenges. You start with one echo and unlock up to 3 as the story progresses. But it's not about how many you have, it's about how you use them. Each echo can multitask just like you, so solving puzzles becomes this layered game of timing, positioning, and thinking several steps ahead.
Oh
It's all
Gott.
about constructing
Ja.
smart, efficient loops of cause and effect with yourself at the center. Echoes are created through phase rifts, and once recorded, they will replay your actions exactly. But it's not just about watching your past selves do something, it's about collaborating with them. And when it all clicks, it feels pretty neat. Alongside your echoes, you'll be working with a wide range of ancient devices left behind by the long-forgotten civilization that once inhabited this planet. Like teleporters, plasma bridges, anti-gravity lifts, sockets that respond only to the right kind of key, different types of terminals, and many more. These aren't just isolated tools. All of them can interact with each other in surprising ways. It's all part of how we slowly ramp up the complexity and keep pushing your cause and effect thinking to new levels.
Ich weiß nicht, ob das nicht
But Cause and
vielleicht...
Loop isn't just about clever puzzles. It's also about story and discovery.
Ich weiß nicht, ob das nicht vielleicht sogar schon zu komplex ist, ob das nicht zu viel ist. Für mich wirkt das halt so richtig so, als würde man so eine ganze Kiste mit Rätseln einfach auf dich draufwerfen. Und ich weiß nicht, ob das schlau ist. So vielleicht hätte man so mit wenig Sachen starten. Also wahrscheinlich ist es so, dass halt nicht, ne, dass da Sachen mit der Zeit dazukommen, aber das ist jetzt so rein von der Kommunikation her nichts, was mich jetzt gerade abholt. Auch wenn ich die Grundidee cool finde.
You'll scan artifacts, decipher ancient glyphs, and slowly uncover what led to the downfall of this mysterious civilization. It's a hands-on way to dive deeper into the world and the secrets it holds. And our story is deeply embedded into every space you traverse. Because we're trying to create a puzzle game with a beating heart. But all that's just the tip of the iceberg. We can't wait to see you outsmart Cause Loop in ways we didn't even think of. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll have more updates very soon.
Also die Grundidee, wie gesagt, eigentlich ganz cool. Ist schlecht geschnitten worden, das Video. Ja, und es ist abgeschnitten. Das liegt nicht an mir.
When you're a rich billionaire caught in a game of life and death, how far will you go to survive? Makima Games and Monsternauts bring us Eat the Rich, a socially deceptive party game for 6 to 10 players. You'll play as a mogul in a deadly game show, where you'll interact with other moguls, try to form alliances, try to scrape up fortunes, try to tilt the influence and odds in your favor, and try to survive the elimination rounds.
Eat the Rich is a social deception party game releasing this July. Play as punished billionaires fighting for their lives on a demented game show. Start with an alliance with fellow billionaires and play cooperatively, but take this time to plan your exit strategy. In true game show fashion, play madcap minigames for precious pennies. Use your hard-earned pennies to purchase advantages, items that impact the elimination rounds. Erase your votes, no matter how many, using amnesty. Silence your opponents and steal their ballots, ensuring the utter breakdown of democracy. And for a truly corporate-style sabotage, use a scapegoat to flip the script and eliminate someone else when you're on the chopping block. Betray your forged alliances to make sure you still come out on top at the end of it all. Billionaires can freely duke it out among each other to gain the upper hand around the map. At the end of each round, participants vote each other out of the game until only 3 remain. This July, climb the heights of society's sleaziest. Just don't end up on a dinner plate. Play the demo, now on Steam.
In the realm of puzzles, sometimes there's nothing like a good old-fashioned maze, and Gazoon Type is making a game entirely based on that premise with Go North. Go North is an immersive maze adventure, in which you'll discover and explore all sorts of interesting, beautiful, and mysterious mazes. You'll unravel their secrets, discover treasure,
Cool, dass da
and maybe
zwei Videos gleich
meet some other
übereinander
maze
laufen.
travelers along the way. You might even reach the maze god itself and get it to grant you a wish.
Okay, jetzt wieder normal. Obwohl im Hintergrund läuft immer noch irgendwas anderes. Oh, das ist aber schlecht gemacht für die News-Seite. Oh, das ist übel. Okay, jetzt geht's wieder. Also, Eat the Rich habe ich auf jeden Fall auf meine Wishlist gepackt. Sah auf jeden Fall vielversprechend aus. Das läuft im Hintergrund immer noch, ne? Das andere Video. Oh, das ist das übel.
After its success with Sherwood Extreme, Cage Studios returns with its next indie project, Gunstoppable. Gunstoppable is a sci-fi bullet ballet parkour first-person shooter that takes the player from
Oh,
zero to
also
60
ganz
life
ehrlich.
points. With a gun in each hand, you'll be blazing through enemies, collecting power-ups,
Selbst mir wäre das
facing
nicht
off against
passiert.
ever more numerous and dangerous foes in this chaotic shooter. Check it out.
Moment mal. Oh, lol. Ich fange an abzulästern, dass der Videoschnitt, beim Videoschnitt scheiße gebaut wurde. Diese ganze Geräusche von Eat the Rich waren von der Steam-Seite. Und nicht Trash-Talk, hier ist Shacknews. Ups. Okay, was haben wir hier im Spiel? Ach du Scheiße.
You have one chance to
Ein
save
Roguelike,
Earth.
oder?
Don't waste it.
I won't.
Ganz Doppelbill. Okay, ist ein cooler Name.
In 2018, the Voxel agents gave us the award-winning The Gardens Between, which was a beautiful and mysterious puzzle narrative adventure. In 2025, they're expanding on that indie darling and bringing it into the world of VR with hidden memories of The Gardens Between. It'll include new interactions, new mysteries, new lore, as we re-explore the stories of Arena and Front in Steam VR and Meta headsets.
Also es ist halt für mich raus, weil VR... Ich meine, ich habe zwar die Oculus 1, aber ob die noch gut funktioniert damit, weiß ich nicht. Ja, I don't know.
When the world is drowning in ashes, sometimes you gotta reach deep down inside and pull out your inner magical girl to save it all. Ephemera Games and Whitehorn Games bring us Kernel Hearts, which is a co-op action multiplayer RPG in which you'll eliminate angels, gather your allies, and save the world from utter decay and destruction.
Was?
What is you? What is new? Relying on what comes through, taking my view to overlap. What used to be true?
Okay, ganz einfache Frage. Was ist jetzt Besonderes an dem Spiel? Ah, da ist noch Dating mit dabei, okay. Ja, ist ja auch so speziell. Okay, du hast also japanisches Hack and Slash mit Sailor Moon und Dating mit dabei. Ich frag nochmal, was ist so jetzt Spezielles an diesem Spiel? Also ich habe da jetzt irgendwie nichts Besonderes dran gesehen. Vielleicht kenne ich mich zu wenig mit dem Genre aus. Und da gibt es Leute, die jetzt sagen könnten, ja, aber da ist was gewesen, was neu.
Heads up, because we've got a little something for both of you here. Memories Reach comes to us from 100 Stones Interactive. It's a sci-fi Metroidvania puzzle solver in which you explore an alien world full of giant towering megastructures. You'll find keys that open up new paths and discover secrets and mysteries therein. Have a look for yourself.
Er hätte das Video auch ein bisschen mehr Bitrate geben
I'm
können.
Ben from 100 Stones Interactive, and you're looking at my latest game, Memories Reach. Memories Reach is a puzzle-based Metroidvania. A game about exploring a strange alien world filled with towering megastructures, arcane puzzles, and lots of hidden secrets. In the game, you play as this freelance space archaeologist, and you've managed to acquire the coordinates to a long-lost alien planet, and have come here in search of this rumored alien treasure of great value. Arriving on the planet, you find the remnants of a civilization wiped out in some great cataclysmic event. And as you explore the world, scanning objects for lore and finding hidden data caches, you'll learn about the civilization that used to live here and slowly figure out what happened to them. And maybe, if you're lucky, find the treasure. And there's heaps more secrets to discover along the way. The game world is one huge interconnected map with lots of optional paths and hidden rooms, and you'll have to hunt down all of them if you want to discover the full story. But of course the biggest part of the game are the puzzles, and they come in a variety of different formats. The most basic kind are holographic puzzles, which are these one-off logic puzzles that come in a variety of different archetypes, and solving them will generally do something like unlocking a door or revealing a pickup or enabling further progress. Stepping up from that are the environmental puzzles, and these are generally room-sized puzzles that involve manipulating the environment in some way, such as raising and lowering bridges or shifting platforms around and that kind of thing. And on top of that are the level-scale meta-puzzles, where the whole area functions as one giant puzzle. Each area of the game features one or more of these, and they generally involve learning the layout of the level and coming to a holistic understanding of how the level fits together in order to figure out how to navigate it or manipulate it in a particular way in order to proceed. When you solve a major puzzle like this, you'll often be presented with a new ability, and this could be a new way of moving through the world or a new way of interacting with the world so you can take on new kinds of puzzles. And this is where the Metroidvania aspect of the design comes in. By using these abilities, you can gradually unlock more areas of the map that you couldn't previously access, or solve different puzzles that you didn't previously have the tools to attempt. And so the game world will gradually grow and become more open-ended and more complex as you progress. I've been working on Memories Reach for a few years now, and I just released a new demo in time for Steam Next Fest. It includes a good chunk of the game, including the intro section and the first level, as well as a bunch of secrets, lore, and hidden areas from later in the game. It's out now on Steam, so go check it out, and don't forget to wishlist Memories Reach while you're there.
Die Demo lade ich mal runter. Klingt auf jeden Fall sehr interessant. Also ich dachte mir so am Anfang so, okay, gut, ja, Ist jetzt auch so eher so Richtung Journey of the Savage Planet, Journey to the Savage Planet oder so. Nichts, was mich jetzt so abgeholt, aber dadurch, dass es so quasi dieser Fokus auf Rätsel und so gelegt wird und es keine Kämpfe gibt, jetzt ist nicht Steam da. Okay, gut, er hat tatsächlich einige Fehler drin. Cutting-Fehler. Da war der Trash-Talk nicht ganz umsonst. Memories Reach. Also allein schon für die Rätsel. Na, da auch unterschiedliche Rätsel. Sowas finde ich gut, wenn er
For this indie game, Drakkar Dev and Blowfish Studios take
Wenn's
us to a
Abwechslung
dark
gibt.
fairy tale world with Mirage 7. Mirage 7 is an action-adventure that blends sci-fi and fantastical details as you take on the role of Nadira, who travels the desert in search of a lost oasis that may save her sister's life.
Ich glaube, das hatten wir schon in der letzten Showcase gesehen.
Come with me. We can't cross the desert without water.
It's you again, Nadira. Are you paying me a visit again?
My Dagger.
You should ask yourself who you are. You are on your own now.
I'm sorry. I think you have me mistaken for someone else. Wow, Gigi, look. I feel we're getting closer.
Wake up, Nadira.
For those looking for more of a strategy tactics
Wow.
flair, Hypersect has you covered with this next game, Never's End. Never's End is a grid-based fantasy tactical strategy game in which you play as a spirit that can possess various characters and classes to do your bidding, which is real helpful when you're trying to fight off denizens of the undead known as the Never. You'll defend your home, put it together, build it up, and fight each night as new and more powerful waves of the undead try to swarm you and destroy you.
Das hatten wir auch gestern schon gesehen. Ist eigentlich ganz cool. Habe ich sogar auf der Wishlist. Ja, cool.
I spy.
Interessant.
my
Sagen wir es
little
interessant.
eye, a bunch of furballs in need of a hero. And that's what we're getting as DevCats returns with their latest hidden object Metroidvania game, A Planet Full of Cats. This time set in a sci-fi environment, we'll be tracking down these furballs in all sorts of chaotic situations set on alien worlds, space stations, scientific facilities. We'll even be using special abilities to try to track them like X-ray vision. Check it out.
Was? Ach, So ein Spiel ist das wieder. Was? A planet full of cats.
Asteroids are incoming. Aliens are attacking. Man the helm. Grab that gun. Put out that fire. But don't try to do all that stuff alone. Grab a few friends and join up for Soulmates from Daruma Games. This is a sci-fi action party game in which you will take on the role with 1 to 4 players of piloting a ship through the galaxy, trying to save lives, trying to complete missions, and trying to survive by any means necessary.
Co-op Adventure. Oh Gott. Also, entweder sieht das nach einer Menge Spaß aus. Oh, das endet im Krieg. Es kommt auf die Wishlist auf jeden Fall. Choose your Adventure. Aber man muss ja scheinbar zusammenarbeiten. Aber es kann... Okay, das finde ich. Soulmates. Das ist ein cooler, das ist ein cooler Name.
At this point, we've spent several years spraying and blasting dirt, muck, and debris off of patio furniture, playground equipment, park facilities, and what have you. But what if we could take these same dingy places and more and add some color to them instead? That's what North Star Video Games and Whitehorn Games put forth in Spray Paint Simulator. This is a game where you take on the role of adding color to the locations you visit. Whether you do it alone or with friends, you'll access all sorts of equipment that allows you to paint in big, broad strokes, covering entire walls in no time, or doing very delicate small touches. Whatever the case, you'll continue until the job is done and the location is beautiful.
Ah, davon haben wir die Demo gespielt. Am Steam Next Fest. Ja. Das ist gleich auch von den Machern vom Power Wash Simulator. Kannst halt Sachen abkleben und so. Oh Gott, dieser Raum. Oh, okay. Oh, ist interessant. Okay, das ist cool. Out now. Gibt's jemanden, der mit mir das spielen will?
Pay attention and start your engines. After several years in development, Whatnot Games is finally ready to launch Star Racer into its 1.0 release. For those who don't know, Star Racer is a very F-Zero-like racing game that has been in early access for quite some time. The game is now ready to hit 1.0 with 16 full tracks, 4 Grand Prix, Steam integration and a track builder, and plenty of more content.
War da vielleicht Twitch Integration? Okay, das Ding sah gerade aus wie die Slave One. Steam Workshop. Ah, das meint er mit Integration. Steam Workshop Integration. Okay, das ist cool. Ich muss sagen, ich bin nicht so ein Fan von Racing-Spielen, aber das wäre tatsächlich vielleicht etwas, von dem ich sagen würde, okay. Star Racer. So mit den richtigen Leuten wäre das was, von dem ich sagen würde, jo, das können wir zusammen spielen.
Or will you take the challenge and put your life on the line? This game comes to us from 2P Games and Double Cross. Sultan's game is a political strategy game in which you must take a card from the Sultan and complete its challenge within 7 days. That sometimes has you interacting with the Sultan's courts, including politicians, merchants, and even the House of Pleasure. Now hear from the developers on how the narrative of such a racy and chaotic sequence comes together.
This is a game where your life is at stake. 7 days to break this card, or face death. Defy loans, squander fortunes, embrace the cult, even toy with others' lives. You fancy yourself master of mortal fates, yet never forget the blade above your neck descends closer with each dawn.
Was?
Sultan Rally is a great story. When Munan first wrote it, he was very worried. He kept complaining to me, "Can I even write this? This is too much." Then after 2 months later, that moment came. I wrote a spinning brass XX story. Starting from that point, with the team's collaboration, the story of Sultan was born. I told the planners, "You are the first in game history to decide that for the level design, we need parties. Be proud." We players say that we're just tricking perverts into joining the army. Later, when I was writing, I began to feel a lot of pressure if this content didn't have heavy enough of a story to support it. Writing would feel completely flavorless, and there's this thought that I had that what people love the most isn't just pure If what people loved was just pure then games would definitely be the best-selling games, and it's obviously not the case. I think the whole development team, if you told them beforehand, they might not have agreed to it. Honestly, none of us ever imagined we'd reach this step. We needed to draw a staff of life, and that we had to convince ourselves not to imagine how the artist would find references. I sent them lots of weird reference materials. It had to look like that thing, but not be that thing. The thing we struggled over was that I told the artist that this thing need to be filled with blue ether, according to teacher Munan's description. It's full of it, and there's a faint electric current on it, so it gives off a slightly mechanical feel. But it shouldn't feel too cold or too stiff. It needs to give people a sense that it's something alive. This was probably the hardest piece of communication for the whole game. But after that, since we even managed to communicate that, things were fine. We discussed things in a very academic fashion. Let me give a very simple example. In the game, you can directly compete with the House of Pleasure. Then, our colleague forgot to properly block the content. So one of the who works the by day and also works for you by night, she was so busy. Something like that. And our planner asked about it, if it is okay for a to work in 2 balls. I said, what kind of devilish question is that? Because we treat people as a single unit, with an automatic absorption kind of operating model. Sometimes it ends up strangely realistic, inexplicably so.
Was ist das hier jetzt gerade?
The project started in December 2023. The entire development went very smoothly. It was completed almost without any rework before the funds ran out. It was practically textbook level project management. As a game packed with moral challenges, I don't want to lecture players in the game, I don't want to preach anything. Some people think killing certain characters doesn't matter, and everyone's view on who it's okay to kill are totally different and wildly varied. When you choose, When your soul becomes stained, you see the true shapes of your soul. You realize deep down which lives you're willing to sacrifice. Alright then, I'll just keep writing. Until you're scared, I'll show you hell. If you've seen hell and not feel a trace of mercy, not a trace of fear, not even a trace of disgust, then go. Then walk into the abyss. If you told me 10 years ago that I'd go to the office, make a cup of tea, open my laptop and write all morning, would I believe it?
Was war das
You
jetzt
ever get
gerade?
so frustrated you want to flip something, anything, everything? Well then Yummy Yummy Tummy and PM Studios know how you feel and want to help you realize that feeling with Table Flip Simulator. This is literally a game that is what it is. You go to locations and flip everything that you can get your mitts on. You'll work as a barista and flip cappuccinos, milks, espresso machines, and all sorts of things at your customers. You'll go to classrooms and offices and art museums and flip asunder, causing chaos left and right. The world is yours to flip.
Shut up and take my money. What the heck? Gefällt mir.
Tabletop gaming is cool. Board games and card games are cool. Painting miniatures and playing games with friends is awesome. And what if you could own the shop that does that stuff? That's what Night Fever Games wants to give us with Tabletop Game Shop Simulator. It is a game in which you run a game shop. That includes setting prices, buying merchandise, buying miniatures, painting miniatures, and even hosting game nights to try to become the go-to hub of tabletop gaming.
Ist das wieder so ein weiteres Tabletop, so ein weiterer Shop-Simulator? Ja, ist es. Oh mein Gott, ich sehe schon Buddy das auf dem Quest-Channel spielen. Das ist schon... Okay, das mit dem Anmalen hätten die cooler lösen können.
For this next game from Comrade Bear Games, we take it to the future with Twilight Wars. Set in a cyberpunk dystopian world controlled by corporations, we'll establish a spy agency, bring on elite agents, and fight back against the grip that holds the world down in this strategy sci-fi RPG.
Gerade was Shadowrun-mäßiges so. Twilight Wars.
For this next indie game, Aurora Punks and Head Up Games take us to the depths of ancient Scandinavia and Norse mythological folklore with Vessels of Decay. In this game, we take up the rules of Freya and Mud as they journey through a world that's been taken over by ancient monsters and mythology and battle it out against these horrible forces, fighting to survive together.
Das hatten wir, glaube ich, auch letzte Woche gesehen. Vessels of Decay. Schon auf meiner Wunschliste. Okay,
That's
gut.
been the Shacknews E4 2025 Indie Showcase. Thank you all for watching. We hope that you saw at least
Ja,
one
hat gepasst.
thing in here that caught your
Knapp eine
fancy.
Stunde.
And if so, be sure to head over to our Steam page, head over to that games page, and wishlist it, because it helps those folks out a lot. And just as well, we'd like to thank the developers, publishers, and even PR that helped make this thing happen, including Pariah Interactive, Shiro Unlimited, Blowfish Studios, Permanent Way Games Company, Ogre Pixel, Head Up Games, Mirebound Interactive, Makima Games, Monstronauts, Gazoon-Type, Cage Studios, Metro Police, The Voxel Agents, Whitehorn Games, Ephemera Games, 100 Stones Interactive, Drakkar Dev, Hypersect, DevCats, Daruma Games, North Star Video Games, Whatnot Games, Double Cross, 2P Games, PM Studios, Yummy Yummy Tummy, Night Fever Games, Comrade Bear Games, and Aurora Punks, and Stride PR, Uber Strategist, 50cc, and Vicarious PR. This might be a long list of names, but it contains so many more names within that, because these are the people that make games and bring them to you. These things don't just happen. It takes a lot of people to bring this stuff together.
Ich finde, wir leben echt in einer sehr geilen Zeit, dass es halt so viele Entwicklerstudios, dass es so viele Entwicklerstudios existieren. Indie-Entwicklerstudios.
And thank you to the viewers for checking out this showcase. We appreciate you, and we hope that you stay tuned for more Shacknews E4 coverage as it comes your way. Thank you for watching. This has been TJ Denzer, Senior News Editor for Shacknews. Take care, y'all.
Keine so große Ausbeute, 7 Spiele diesmal,
Thanks,
obwohl
TJ.
7.
And thank you to all the talented game developers and PR folks who helped make our Shacknews E4 Indie Showcase possible. You know, Shacknews, we kind of consider ourselves indie devs too. We've released a series of products in the last 5 years, starting with the gamification of the website, Shacknews Cortex, then Shack Pets, which is a gamified social media platform only for pet pictures, where you can vote for who's the cutest pet of the day. Onto our first game, which is a web-based, browser-based game called Bubbletron, which is like kind of like a sarcastic stock market almanac slot machine game that resets daily, kind of in the style of Wordle. And then, yeah, we just launched our new Shack Maps interactive video game map portal. So we're doing a lot of stuff on the dev side here.
Für Atomfall, das wollte ich privat spielen.
These devs for free.
Cool.
If you like what we're doing and you want to support this, please consider trying out any of those projects. And then also, let's just say we have something else in store that we think will help indies sell more games in the future. So stay tuned for that. And thank you. Have a great E4 and a summer of doing our jobs, which is kicking off right now.
Cool. Cool. Wahrscheinlich ist das so noch kurz bevor das Stream hier angefangen hat, online gekommen oder so. Nee, cool. Cool. So. Ja, dann soll es das von der Shacknews gewesen sein. Ich habe eine 17 gewürfelt, das heißt, wir spielen gleich Whisper Mountain Outbreak. Nice. Das ist das, bei dem Elixir gestern noch gefragt hat, ob das im Koop möglich ist. Ja, schauen wir uns dann gleich mal an. Ich würde sagen, ich verliere da nicht viel Zeit, sondern springe direkt ins Spiel rein und verabschiede mich hier zumindest an dieser Stelle vom VOD auf YouTube. Und ja, es geht im Stream natürlich weiter.